today we're going to be replacing the 9-cube ice maker in this Samsung French door refrigerator. This is your model plate right here. And this is the area that we're going to be replacing the 9-cube ice maker in. First off, you need to make sure that the water supply is cut off, and also make sure that the actual refrigerator is shut off or unplugged. And to get this ice hut out, you got a lever. You just pull the lever, pull the ice hut towards you. And as you can tell, we have an ice maker that's installed at the very top. Now, to pull this particular ice maker out, you will notice we have a number 2 Phillips head screw sitting right here. What we're going to do is we're going to back this screw out. This particular plate will come undone. You have a little recess button here. Sometimes you might want to have to get a little flat tip screwdriver. You just take the screwdriver. We're just going to kind of pop this out and slide it forward. And you will see our plug connections for the ice maker. This particular plug, you just push the little tab in here and you pull it down. That will disconnect that. If you'll notice at the very top of the ice maker, we have a release lever. This little lever sitting right here needs to be depressed. And slide it forward. Now this ice maker, the plug has a harness that goes all the way to the very back, and you'll have to work that through, and then the ice maker itself will pull straight out. If you'll notice, we have these little lockdown shoe. This is where this particular part of the ice maker will slide into once we snap the new one back. This is the replacement 9-cube ice maker. As you can tell here, we have a little blue reset button. Once we get this installed and once we replace the electronic control water valve, we will hit this button to cycle the ice maker. Now, simple steps to put it back is we're just going to reverse how we took it out. And first off, if you'll look at the very back portion, you will see this little ridge way back in the top corner back there. This particular part of the ice maker fits into that back ridge up there. And we're just going to take it, and you can feel it. And this will snap in place. As you can tell, the ice maker is now snapped back into place. You will pull this wiring harness and plug it back in. There's only one way this harness will plug in, so don't get confused. It's not hard to do. And then we're going to take the plug. We're going to put it back into the railing. Just like that. And then we're going to simply put the access panel shield back on. And if you notice, we have these tabs right here. We have a tab here and a tab here. And we'll just simply put the Phillips screw back in. take our ice hut. Well, let's reverse ourselves. We're not ready to put this ice hut back in just yet. This particular ice control water valve is a triple valve dispenser, and we're going to install it, and this is a very easy process also. We got a series of screws, Phillips screws. And if you'll notice right down in these areas here, we have these little tabs that are sticking up. There's 1, 2, and 3. This shield will just simply pull up, and you just get it out of your way. Now, over in this corner here, you will see the actual control valve itself. This is what we will be replacing. And there's one Phillips screw here. And you'll have to pull this to get access to this particular nut for the water line. You might want to put a little paper towel. You'll have a little water that will come out of this line. And just take a crescent wrench. Now this blue line, this is your inlet water line into the back of the ice maker through the filter. So we're going to pull this blue line up, holding the water valve. On the water valve, you will see these little black lock tabs right here. You will just pull these, depress this little piece right here. And if you'll notice, we have a line, a black line here that's from the actual factory. When you put this line back into your new valve, you will push the valve, this line into the valve up to that level. If you do not push it down into that level, it will leak. This particular bigger diameter white line, water line right here, you notice we have a covering for this right here. We have a tab right here. You will see this tab. You will pull this tab back and it releases the lock. And you notice this particular one does not have the locking mechanism the other one had. So we're just going to depress the white tab and pull it. The water valve is now out. We're going to put the new water valve back in, and again, the new valve comes with this locking mechanism, which we will pull off. The white water valve, which is sitting right here, we'll just simply, you will hear the snap. And you just snap it back on like that. And we still have this other white valve that water line, that we took off. You will simply, by the way, the new valve comes with another lock tab already on it, so you will have to pull this lock tab out. And you see our little line, our depth line, and you will push it in to that spot. Do not forget to put the lock back into this particular line. And it'll set in there just like that. Now these two plugs that we pulled off earlier has got to be plugged back in. They can only go in one place. And remember, both tabs will be facing out towards you. And you just snap that in. This line put back on. We're just going to gently turn this nut. You must be careful not to over tighten this nut. And we're just going to snug it. And now we're ready to put the water valve back into place. Okay, and simply we're going to put the shield back on. This Samsung ice maker is part number DA97-07365, G as in Gary. And this actually electronic control water valve is Samsung part number DA97-07827B. Thank you.